Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 10th episode of Steins Gate. And last episode, yeah, things are not going well. First of all, Kyuu made what was probably his biggest mistake in the whole show so far, letting somebody use his time machine without being informed about what they were using it for. That really can't be overstated how stupid that was. That was just, no, never. I would not in a million years allow that. So, you know, that was a mistake. And it resulted in the worst thing that's happened in the show so far, which has been completely ruining Akiba. You know, Akihabara, just the paradise of otaku, just completely ruined. Now they have to go super far away to get basic things, even though they live in Akiba. That's not okay. You know, what you did was not okay. I don't know what the logic was, the motivation, the reasoning, you know, but no, it was not okay. It does not justify it, not even close. And also, we don't have the IBM, the machine. We don't have that either. You know, where that is a mystery. You know, like at first they went to the shrine, but somebody got to it before us, and now I don't think it even went to the shrine anymore. So, yeah, no clue what that thing is. That's a problem. So, yeah, we're not in a good place right now. I feel like we're just gonna keep going lower and lower, and things just keep getting more and more messed up until lives start being like ended over this, over the time machine stuff, like people not being born and stuff like that. We're probably gonna get into that pretty soon. That is kind of probably the next step. So. Yeah, I don't know. How do we fix... We keep making more and more problems, more and more time shifts. Like, it's gotten to the point where, like, yeah, we're past the point of no return. I don't think we can really fix most of the things we've done so far. Like, it's not really not the kind of thing you can just undo, so I'm not really sure where we go from here. So, yeah, this is probably a good time for Kyuu to start panicking, though. Like, this is probably where we're going to get into, like, legit panic mode. We've been kind of building up to it, but I think this is where that really starts. So, yeah, let's get into it and see what Kyuu does next, you know? All he can really do is continue to change time and hope for the best, but I don't know if that's the best solution, but I don't know what else he can do, really. So, yeah, let's get into it and check that out. So, 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, this is right where he left off, when he realizes how much he'd screwed up. You don't mess with Moa, that's not okay. They don't exist anymore, man. It's all your fault. Yeah, Moa and Akiba, that'd just be crazy. Yeah, but you used to be able to get doujinshi here, that's the thing. Until they ruined it. I can't believe he can say that with a straight face. It's a ramen place. I remember that. At least we know who the true antagonist of the show is now. Poor Daru. A little bit too much running for him. Opening, right. So, Kyuu, now you've realized how much damage can be done when time travel is used by the wrong person for the wrong purpose. The question is, what do you do now? That is my biggest question. Like, he's not just gonna let this go, surely. Those are a bunch of floating Mayodis, right? I don't think I ever quite noticed that before, but that's an extra reason to be concerned. It's so weird how she's the only one that's kind of like next to Kyuu and looking in the same direction. Even though she's supposed to be like a big antagonist. August 8th, okay. Yeah, are we gonna get into some of your stuff? No. At least we have ramen. It's a good question, actually. Really? Does she like ramen? It's quite the way to meet somebody. The removal of Moa cannot end their friendship. That's kind of nice, but still want my Moa back. Yeah, so we did change things. So is Ruka still a girl? I don't think it would affect that. Not that we ever confirmed that was a legit in the first place. Blood tune. Oh, let me see. You look fine, Ruka. Some things never change. Does that line sound familiar to you, Kurisu, on the internet, perhaps? That okay. That was a really well-pronounced okay. I'm okay with this, because I can still get to watch. Well, we'll have to check to make sure, otherwise you could be lying. Oh, this is how we're gonna play it. But, she's not, though. That got everyone's attention. Oh, this is gonna be awkward, isn't it? Not even Daru playing in. I'm sorry for misgendering you. This hurts more than it should. Oh no. Don't do anything too bad here, man. Oh god. He seriously did it. Wow. Well, you got your proof now. Is it worth the jail time? That was the question. Yeah, we finally confirmed that. Yeah, it just took a little trauma when we got our evidence. It's a long story. You really hate her, don't you? Oh. Damn. I guess that would be torture, yeah. No, it definitely is. Although I'm sure you're... Yeah, I'm sure you're very familiar with torture. Guess I can add that to the list. If you say so. I'd say it's a perfect day to be in a room with air conditioning. No. No. I don't want to spend time with you. Guess we're doing it, though. Okay. Well, that narrows it down. Okay, that thing we saw before. So... She went back in time in hopes of finding him, I guess? I mean, that's probably not the only reason, but it's probably one reason she wanted to. Ain't that the truth? Oh no. That's what I was afraid of. Why do we have to invite her as a lab member? It's gonna be our downfall. So he's definitely less panicking than I thought he would be. Considering how much he's ruined the world already. I guess we're just gonna go with the flow. Birds everywhere. Pause the birds. Okay, August 9th. We have a new member now, I guess. Definitely don't want to let her send an email. Quite the choice. It's for the best. I like the idea of following her better. Put down the book. Jeez. Shining finger? Oh. Well, that's scary. Just close the windows, the curtains. Is that... Am I looking at Jello? I mean, it's not the right color as the Jello we see, but... I guess it's close enough. Mayuri, how are you doing? Yeah, she's something. Yeah, now he's in paranoid mode. Yeah, in Japan, definitely. How dare they? She knows him so well. Very important. That's more like it. Would have liked to have seen that. Yeah, I'm sure he would have died that day if not for your actions, Mahudi. I guess so. Sure, it was something silly. Huh. Was there some kind of time travel back then? Because that's definitely interesting. Is that the day he became a protagonist? So... apple pie. I should hope so. Yeah. Yeah, let's not do that. Maybe she can't boil an egg after all. Ah, okay. Oh god. That is a terrifying visual. Let's not give her 2 knives. I need help, please. I don't know what's happening anymore. I guess it's cooking related, but there's chaos in this room. Should hope so. Now we made it. You've been lied to, man. It was never a thing. My condolences. It's a very specific thing. Oh, what did we find? Mode snake? Humidifier. Don't mess with it. Oh god. That's why you don't touch the gadgets. Is everybody okay? Just getting down on all 4 like that, I see. Whew. Vacuum cleaner. Or is it another gadget? Yeah. The number doesn't matter. What does it do? Kill him. Let's not blow up any more gadgets. Oh, power outage. Well, today hasn't been going too well. Close enough. Gonna get some kind of awkward land in here. She's laughing. Don't see that very much. Yeah, it's quite a step down. Very different than our lab in every way. We're all friends here. Sounded like praise to me. As a true goal of the lab. I mean, Nakama's something at least. Man, we're getting some real honesty from Kurisu here. It's quite nice. Like opening up about her feelings. Yeah, do you feel well, Kurisu? Did you transfer world line, perhaps? Oh, we are pretty close. And what were you doing with that hand there? Well, that was a very beneficial power outage. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen with her, but I'm very worried. We're also getting fairly close to the end of the episode. Like, 4-ish minutes. Goodbye. Yeah, that is concerning. Never learned a lesson about letting people mess with the time machine. I'm very concerned because it's raining. It always rains whenever something tragic happens, so... Can't really avoid it at this point in the story. A lot, CERN mostly. I feel like that mad scientist label is gonna get more accurate as the show goes on. Okay, that makes sense. Because I told you we should do that to begin with. Never follow Kurisu's advice. He's too much of a normie to give good advice. Okay, let's find Suzuha. There. Oh, we did it. Good job. Yeah, but you never showed up, so... Huh. Well then, that's a thing? Is he actually... What? Okay. I guess we should check that. Could you stop bullying Kurisu? So I've heard. There's that butterfly. Okay. And then our idea. I mean, we kind of... Nothing really bad happened in the episode. I was definitely worried that it would. The episode felt kind of Suzuha focused, yet I thought we really learned about her was like the father looking for her, right? And we got the whole barrel titer thing, which is, again, not sure what to make of that. There's a lot of things I'm a little bit confused about in this episode. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, that was the 10th episode of Steins Gate. Okay, so in the episode, now Ferris, we still know her, right? That was one of the concerns. Would we still know Ferris? Because the maid cafe thing is now, you know, it's like, it's not a thing. Like, all that stuff's not a thing. And I mean, obviously we know her because we were like in a room or whatever, but the actual how we know her, we got into the episode, I guess I should say. That's the proper way to phrase it. And I think they said something about a ramen tournament. It doesn't really matter how we met. The point is that we're still acquainted with each other. And we went back to the lab where we got to actually get into some Ruka stuff, which I appreciate because we hadn't quite got into that just yet. And I kind of forgot just how much Kyoma doubted that the gender swapping thing worked. Because he definitely was under the impression that Ruka was still a guy. That was pretty clear here. Now, before that, we had a fun little scene of Mayuri being all like flat as justice and Kurisu spitting out a drink, which was quite funny. You know, they didn't really elaborate on why she did that, really, but I mean, I can kind of guess why. You know, probably a line that she's heard before, you know. But we also brought up going to the beach, you know, Kurisu being all like, let's do it as an all-female thing or whatever, which, like I said, I'd be okay with that. So that'd be nice. And what was it that... we had like a transition line to get from the beach subject to the gender subject. Kyoma mentions a mole on her butt, which I don't know if that's a real thing or not. But yeah, he said basically Rukako, a lot of K's in that word. Rukako can't go. And, you know, Chris is like, why? And then he clarifies, you know, because it's a guy. Because, yeah, before... you know, Kyoma had to tell Kurisu that Ruka was actually a guy, but in this timeline, Ruka's actually a girl, so him giving an explanation, it's now a completely false explanation. And after he says it, everyone just kind of gives him this evil eye, because, you know, they don't know what we know. And from their perspective, he's being kind of a jerk right now, you know, being all like, yeah, she's got no chest, so she's basically a guy, right? You know, that sort of thing is kind of how they have to take it, you know, which is obviously pretty messed up, but that's not how he means it. He means it like the Ruka he knows, you know, that he's most familiar with is a guy, but the Ruka that they're more familiar with is a girl, and that disconnect, of course, causes a bit of a difficult conversation where people get a little bit upset. You know, Ruka most notably, like, you know, Ruka, I don't know, just seeing Ruka cry hurt me more than I thought it would, you know, because Ruka is such a good girl, you know, and she's not like lashing out at Kyoma or anything, you know. She just feels really upset and sad and wants to leave. I felt so bad for her, you know, even though I get where Kyoma's coming from, so I can't be mad at him or anything, but I do feel bad for Ruka, you know. Kyoma goes a little bit too far here and decides to make sure of Ruka's gender, which works, of course, but like this kind of brute force approach isn't gonna make him any friends. Let's just say that. But, you know, I don't think Ruka would file any charges or anything, so probably not gonna have any jail time. So there's at least one thing he doesn't have to worry about. But punishment was done, though. You know, Seiza, the whole, you know, leg sitting position thing, it wasn't pleasant. It was not pleasant at all. It was in fact described as torture by Kyoma, although it seems like Suzuha kind of disagrees, because Suzuha would know what real torture is, because she's got that whole backstory thing going on with her character, so, you know, she's got that. Now, I did get confused with some of the Suzuha stuff, like the whole plan regarding that. For some reason, I thought that they were like they did the D-mail thing, like they had Suzuha do some kind of D-mail to make changes. I kind of just somehow didn't grasp the fact that that was like plan B, like they were gonna let Suzuha just try to meet up with him, you know, and if that didn't work, then they would do the actual D-mail. Like, I think that's what it was. I think that's how it worked. And, you know, they were expecting Suzuha to come back, you know, and if things didn't work out, they could then do the DML stuff. I think that's what it was. That's why they had the whole banquet thing, but she never showed up. And then he did the DML to stop himself from not following her, like Kurisu prevented him from doing. And then obviously what happened between those 2 points, he has to kind of catch up on, and Suzuha's helping him do that. So it's already now trustworthy information. But, so yeah, that was my biggest confusion, was just that I didn't realize they hadn't done like a Suzuha, like let Suzuha do a DML. I thought they did. That was by far my biggest thing that threw me off. But I think I'm more or less caught up with the events. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that real quick. Now, Kurisu. We got some good Kurisu stuff this episode, for sure, you know, because obviously Kurisu, she's a bit more qualified, educated, respectable than our average lab member, you know. So it's always been felt very much kind of like a downgrade for her to come to our kind of play lab, essentially. But this episode, we actually really got to get some real honesty about her feelings about it, and she seems to really appreciate, you know, the atmosphere of this lab. Much more down-to-earth, warm, comfy, friendly kind of atmosphere, you know, not like the cold, cutthroat kind of, you know, not the kind of thing that's usually used to. So it was really good to get into that, for sure. All it took was like a little bit of a power outage to make it happen, but definitely worth it. We also had some talk of a time machine forum, like offline meeting kind of thing, and Daru was going to go to that, but the Ferris lie got him to come back home. But when he came home, he mentioned something about a famous author, I think he said, coming. I'm not sure who that is. I can speculate, but that was definitely felt like it was an important thing to mention, for sure. So yeah, I have to assume that the Beryl Tighter, you know, Suzuha's supposed father, was the same, like, professional author guy that Daru mentioned. I gotta assume that's the same person, like, it wouldn't make any sense otherwise. But Suzuha said that he never showed up, so if that's the case, then Daru didn't miss anything after all. Although I do think we should just let Daru go to the friggin' meeting. That probably would have been more beneficial overall. I just kind of have a feeling. But yeah, after he sent the DML to tell himself to follow Suzuha, it seemed like she actually came to the banquet properly, and we had a good time. We actually have video evidence of that, so I don't have to take that on, you know, her word, which I would hate to do. And they seemed, yeah, seemed like they all had a really good time. She's, of course, still butthurt that Kurisu's there. Still haven't clarified much on that. But yeah, she also talked about how she's not going to give up finding the father. But yeah, why didn't the father go to the meeting, though? That's one of my questions, for sure. So that's a big thing. So yeah, then we did not, because they actually straight up said that, yeah, the experiment didn't happen because she didn't know his number or whatever. So we did not let her use a time machine. So that's good. But hopefully we never do, because I really don't want her using it. Like if the Ferris could do as much damage as she did, I can only imagine how much damage this woman would do. So if we could avoid letting her use it, that'd be great. We also had the whole Mayuri scene when we were outside, I think, coming home from shopping or something, and we talked about the past, you know, specifically an incident when Kiyoma was younger and he got sick, and Kiyoma seems to think that's when he got his reading Steiner, the magic eye. So that's probably where his life as a time travel person, there's gotta be a better word for it than that. You know, that's when, like, time travel became relevant to his life, I think, is the best way I could think of to phrase it. So maybe we'll actually get more into that, which could be pretty cool. For sure. So that's definitely notable. So I don't know what else I really had to say about the episode. Like, nothing too big really happened, just we got a lot of, like, little teasing of information here and there. I mean, knowing about Suzuha's father at all is a pretty big deal. Because, you know, I'm still pretty, all joking aside, I'm pretty sure she's the biggest antagonist we have in the show so far, as far as, like, somebody's face we know. Obviously, certain overall organizations like the real antagonist, but as far as an actual face goes, Suzuha's all we really got. I wonder if there's any purpose, any real purpose at all to him calling himself Beryl Tighter. Like, you know, it just could be a matter of time travel enthusiast wants to have a title related name, nickname, handle. That could be all it is, but I don't know. I'm curious though, for sure. See, anything else to touch on? Well, yeah, I guess that's pretty important to mention. The whole "I'm watching you" message that he got with a picture of Jello attached to it. That's pretty concerning. Was that sent from Beryl Tighter? I don't know. But that's definitely got him pretty paranoid for sure. It's like looking around in the store for somebody that's watching him. Yeah, that's a very good reason to be paranoid for sure. So I wonder what will come of that, or even what the purpose of sending that message was to begin with. Because the only thing it really accomplished is making him scared. And if that's the case, yeah, mission accomplished, if that's what they were going for. So, yeah, really, all there is to the episode, just poor Ruka. That's my biggest takeaway from the episode. And, you know, we made Suzuha a lab member, which was one of my biggest fears that came true. So, it's only a matter of time before everything goes horrible now. I wonder if we'll have any new lab members after her. Because I don't think there's anyone left to really make a member, right? I guess maybe Ferris. I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah, that's all I really got to say about the episode. So, let's end it off here. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.